Hi, hello, how are you friends? Welcome to MDS Coaching Institute and I am your coach Mohammad Sohel. So friends, in the previous video we have discussed about the detailed information about Governor of Bengal, Governor Generals of Bengal, and today we are discussing about the topic Governor Generals of India. Okay friends, from 1833 to 1858. And after 1858 the new system was introduced that was known as the Viceroys of India. So but in this today video we are discussing only about the Governor Generals of India, their reforms, their policies. Okay friends, so all the best for your exams. Do best preparation for exams. So today's motivational quote is, nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. The word itself says I am possible. The word itself says I am possible. So let's discuss the today's topic, Governor Generals of India. Governor Generals of India friends. Today we are discussing about the topic Governor Generals of India. 1833 to 1858 these Governor Generals of India had been ruled, and after this new system was introduced that was known as Viceroys of India. So but in this today's verdict, Governor General of India, first Governor General was Lord William Bentinck, and the last Governor General of Bengal was also the Lord William Bentinck. He was the last Governor General of Bengal and the first Governor General of India, Lord William Bentinck. From 1828 to 1835, 7 years he has been Governor General of India, and the reforms and policy he has been administered in his rule was he was the first Governor General of India. And the second point was he abolished the Bengal Sati regulation system in 1829, and he introduced Mahalwari system in central India, Punjab and western UP. And the another reform was Saint Helena Act. The Saint Helena Act 1833 or the Charter Act 1833 means this Charter Act 1833 has Christian, it gets right and permission to the Christian missionaries to spread the Christianity in the British India, which included the present Pakistan also in the Charter Act 1833. And then another reform was Coal Rebellion in 1831 has happened during William Bentinck reign, and English Education Act in 1835 was also passed by William Bentinck, and the first medical college and the hospital was built in Calcutta in 1835 by first Governor General William Bentinck. So see the second Governor General, Sir Charles Metcalfe. Sir Charles Metcalfe. He was Governor General from 1835 to 1836 just for only 1 year. Not so much reforms was formed in his reign. The first was repealed 1823 licensing regulations. He repealed the 1823 licensing regulations and known as the Liberator of Indian Press. Charles Metcalfe is also known as the Liberator of Indian Press, and he established the Calcutta Public Library in 1836. Who established the Calcutta Public Library? Charles Metcalfe, the second Governor General of India, and the Calcutta Public Library is presently known as the National Library of India. So friends, let's see the third Governor General of India, the Earl of Auckland. The Earl of Auckland, he was Governor General of India from 1836 to 1842. 1836 to 1842 for 6 years. The major reforms during his rule was Tripartite Treaty in 1830. The Tripartite Treaty happened in the rule of Earl of Auckland, and it was between the British and the Shah Shuja, a Afghan traitor, and Maharana Ranjit Singh against Dost Muhammad Khan. This treaty was happened, and the first Anglo-Afghan war between 1840 to 1842, the British army massacred by the strong Afghan army and militia during the 1842, and the British army was disastered in this battle. After that, the Bank of Bombay in 1840 was established during the rule of Earl of Auckland, the third Governor General, and later the Bank of Bombay became the Imperial Bank of India. The Bank of Bombay in 1845 became the Imperial Bank of India, and after it became the State Bank of India. Now present it is known as State Bank of India. And the first Bengali daily newspaper, the first Bengali daily newspaper is Sambad Prabhakar. Sambad Prabhakar. It was also published in 1839 during the third Governor General Earl of Auckland period. And Tattva Bodhini Sabha was also formed by Debendranath Tagore in 1839 during the Governor Generalship of Earl of Auckland. So these are the major reforms and policy during the Earl of Auckland, the third Governor General of India. So let's see the fourth Governor General of India, the Lord Ellenborg. The Lord Ellenborg, he was Governor General of India from 1842 to 1844, only for 2 years. So in his rule, the major reforms, battles, or the territory expansion was Gwalior War. The 1843 Gwalior War, it was happened during the Lord Ellenborg period, and the British had defeated the Marathas. British defeated the Marathas in Gwalior War 1843. And the Bank of Madras. The Bank of Madras was formed in 1843 during the period of Lord Ellenborg, and later it became the Imperial Bank of India, and now it is called as the State Bank of India, SBI. So next, see the fifth Governor General of India, William Wilberforce. William Wilberforce Bud. He acted as the Governor General of India for some days from June to July 1844. So not major reforms has been done in his period. He was just acting Governor General of India. So let's see the sixth Governor General of India, Henry Harding. Henry Harding. He was the Governor General of India from 1844 to 1848 for 4 years, and the major reforms and policies were administered in his rule was the first Anglo-Sikh War between 1845 to 1846 between the British Empire and the Sikh Empire. The British Empire defeated the Sikh Empire and annexed it major portion of its territory. So in first Anglo-Sikh War between 1845 to 46 happened during Henry Harding period. And the Treaty of Lahore, the Lahore Treaty 1846, and the British confiscate Kashmir from the Sikhs. British annexed Kashmir and defeated the Sikhs and sell the Kashmir to Raja of Jammu for 75 lakh rupees. So that is the Treaty of Lahore happened during the period Lord Harding. And the Treaty of Bhairovwal 1846, the Bhairovwal Treaty also happened during the Henry Harding period. And the establishment of Roorkee Engineering College 1847, it was also happened during the period of Henry Harding. So next, see the Governor General of India, the Lord Earl of Dalhousie, the famous and the most elegant leadership qualities has the Lord Dalhousie. He was the most youngest Governor General of India. Very less age he became the Governor General of India, and he implemented major policies and reforms and administered a better Governor General all of the Governor Generals. So here he was the Governor General of India from 1848 to 1856. Lord Dalhousie, 8 years he has been ruled as a Governor General of India. Most of the questions have been asked from the Lord Dalhousie's reforms and policies in all group exams, center, state level exams, SSC, UPSC exams. So here see the first reform was the doctrine of lapse. Doctrine of lapse was happened in the period of Lord Dalhousie in 1848. It was a reform of Dalhousie. And the Charter Act 1853. As we know that 1833 the Charter Act was came. After 20 years 1853 the new Charter Act came into existence. And the third reform was Bethune Collegiate College. Bethune Collegiate School was established in 1849 in Calcutta for female and was established by John Eliot, Drinkwater Bethune. So it was also underdone by Lord Dalhousie period. Charles Wood Dispatch. Charles Wood Dispatch was also happened during the period of Dalhousie in 1854. And Lord Dalhousie established a summer capital at Shimla, because in summer the temperature will be more high. So in Shimla In Himachal Pradesh, today's Himachal Pradesh capital, there will be the snow and the temperature will be less. So in summer, he transferred his capital from Shimla, Calcutta to Shimla. Who established it? Lord Dalhousie established it. Another reform was the battle, the Second Anglo-Burmese War. In 1852, the Second Anglo-Burmese War happened in 1852 during Lord Dalhousie period, and the sole aim of Dalhousie's aim was to humiliate and annex more of Burmese. Now, President Burma to annex the more of its territory into the British Empire. It was the major aim of the Dalhousie, and the first passenger train between Bombay and Thane was run in 34 kilometers in 1853. So, as we know that the Dalhousie is known as the father of Indian railways because the first train line between Bombay, Bori Bandar, now present Chhatrapati Shivaji terminus, Bori Bandar to Thane, 34 kilometers long. The train was run between the Bombay and Thane in 1853 by the Lord Dalhousie to transport the goods to the port areas and to transfer uh, the goods to export the goods to London, England. So these railway lines were established. The first was Bombay to Thane. So this is the major important point, friends. The first telegraph line, and the first telegraph line was also laid during Lord Dalhousie period between Diamond Harbour to Calcutta. From where to where? Diamond Harbour to Calcutta in 1851. The telegraph line was laid between by Lord Dalhousie, and the first Post Office Act was also happened in the period 1854 by Lord Dalhousie. And Lord Dalhousie established the Public Work Department. Public Work Department was established by Lord Dalhousie in 1854. And the second Anglo-Sikh War, Anglo-Burmese War, second Anglo-Burmese War was happened in Dalhousie period, and the second Anglo-Sikh War also happened in Dalhousie period between 1848 to 49. The British totally defeated the Sikh Empire. The Sikh Empire was totally defeated by the Britishers. And the next was Santhal Rebellion. Santhal Rebellion means in 1855 more than 15,000 Santhals were killed by the British Army during Lord Dalhousie period, and the elephants crushed the Santhals. So next, Religious Disabilities Act. Religious Disabilities Act in 1856 also passed by Lord Dalhousie. And the last was and banned female infanticide. Lord Dalhousie banned completely female infanticide and human sacrifice in Central Province, Odisha and Maharashtra. These are the major reforms. So friends, remember it. And next Governor General of India and the last Governor General of India is the Lord Viscount Canning. We know that Lord Canning, Viscount Canning. He was the last Governor General of India from 1856 to 1858, 2 years. The major reforms during his governor generalship was Hindu Widows Remarriage Act. Hindus Widows Remarriage Act in 1856 was passed by the Lord Canning, and the Indian Rebellion of 1857 Act was also passed by the Lord Canning, and the University of Calcutta, University of Bombay, University of Madras were set up in 1857. 1857, the Calcutta University, the Bombay University, the Madras University was formed by the Lord Canning, Governor General of India. So friends, after this, in next video, we will discuss about the Viceroys of India. The Governor General of this system has abolished and a new system was created by the British Crown, the Viceroys of India. In next video, we will discuss the Viceroys of India, and the Lord Canning became the first Viceroy of India. In next video, I will discuss about the Lord Canning's reforms and policies and the Viceroys of India. So friends, if you like this video, share this, subscribe this and comment on it. So I am going to end up this video with a small quotation, small motivation, that is, if you born poor, it is not your mistake. If you die poor, it is your mistake. So all the best for your exams. Thank you.